The story of Deborah and Barak, found in Judges chapters 4 and 5, is a powerful narrative of faith, courage, and divine intervention. Deborah, a prophetess and judge of Israel, lived in a time when the Israelites were oppressed by Jabin, the Canaanite king, whose army was led by Sisera. God chose Deborah to deliver his people. Deborah summoned Barak, a military commander, and conveyed God's command for him to gather 10,000 men from Naphtali and Zebulun and go to Mount Tabor to fight against Sisera's vast army, which included 900 iron chariots. Barak, however, hesitated, stating he would only go if Deborah accompanied him. Deborah agreed, but prophesied that the glory of the victory would not be his, but would go to a woman. As Barak assembled his forces, Deborah gave the signal, and the Israelites descended from Mount Tabor. The Lord threw Sisera and all his chariots and army into a panic before Barak. Sisera fled on foot, seeking refuge in the tent of Jael, the wife of Heber the Kenite, whose clan had a treaty with King Jabin. Jael welcomed Sisera, offered him milk, and covered him. While he was asleep, she took a tent peg and a hammer and drove the peg through his temple, killing him. When Barak arrived, pursuing Sisera, Jael showed him the dead commander. Thus, God subdued King Jabin before the Israelites. The land had peace for 40 years. Chapter 5 records the Song of Deborah and Barak, a triumphant hymn celebrating God's victory and praising those who participated. It recounts the events, glorifies God's power, and honors the bravery of Deborah, Barak, and Jael. From this message, believers learn several profound lessons. 1. Obedience to God's call. Deborah and Barak, despite initial hesitation from Barak, ultimately obeyed God's command, demonstrating that God uses ordinary people to accomplish extraordinary feats. 2. Goddess sovereignty and deliverance. The narrative clearly shows Goddess' active involvement in delivering his people from oppression, highlighting his faithfulness and power. 3. Courage and faith. Deborah's unwavering faith and courage inspired Barak and the Israelites. Jael's decisive action, though unconventional, was instrumental in fulfilling God's plan. Believers are called to act with courage and faith in challenging circumstances. 4. Divine justice. The story illustrates God's justice against oppressors and his commitment to protecting his covenant people. 5. The role of women in God's plan. Deborah's leadership as a judge and prophetess, and Jael's pivotal role in Sisera's defeat, underscore that God uses both men and women in significant ways to fulfill his purposes. 6. Praise and worship. The Song of Deborah and Barak serves as a model for praising God after victory, reminding believers to acknowledge God's hand in their successes. This story encouraged believers to trust in God's plan, to be courageous in their faith, and to be obedient to his calling, knowing that he is a God who delivers and empowers his people. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Great Revival Platform,